What's the problem with me?
Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The Madman. The Madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize. Right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know who you
pool house
are.
is torn apart. Okay, it's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam. Okay, I'm no better than you.
I'm sorry, but don't you guys find it kind of creepy that a 40-year-old man is
To me, it's
wearing
funny. He's a YouTuber. He wears a Dr. Doom mask to interview Tommy
in all of their videos because they're afraid to show their pale white face? I don't know. That seems a little suspicious to me.
Yeah. Let me get Max in here. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no. Oh no. I should never have allowed it to happen. I'm already regretting it. No,
especially some dude just wearing a mask all the time screaming at the camera.
Mad Max is here. Never thought I'd see you in my chat. Great costume drawing. Thanks.
Rich, long time. Please take off your shirt and show us some saggy melons.
Yeah!
And please, with some Finnegan Fox enthusiasm,
Yes!
show us on the floor. Oh, God, I see what you did there. You son. I like saggy melons.
Oh, there you go.
But, like, it just...
Hard at work.
This
is hard at work.
You messed up now.
Your boss?
Saggy, hold on.
Go get your boss. Go get your boss.
At work.
I need your clout.
Chase it off of me, bro.
I need your clout. Oh wow.
I'm at work. You see, I'm working. I'm trying to
get ready. Get ready
for
the
live now while I'm trying to get my job
There's a
done.
reason for that. Get ready for the cancellation live in person.
Get ready for the cancellation. Yeah, you were about to get canceled. You already know. I'm not the one.
I already hold you. I was watching your other stream. You're like, I hope someone shows up. Listen. I'm backing down. I don't have. I can't take the melons.
You don't want this. You don't want
no,
this. You don't. I don't know. You don't.
I know you're stocking shelves. Oh wow, you're
smoke. You do not want to mess with.
See, the accusations were false. Someone said you're doing a lot of texting network, and she's stocking.
Doing a lot of text network, yeah, right? Because this is my job.
No,
my job while we're talking. So
you know what
multitasking.
You know what the reality is. She was texting, watching YouTube, and then she's like, "I'm going live. I better stock shelves."
Guess Tommy Telleriso.
Telleriso. Oh my God!
All right. Restart the stream. Restart.
Nice chatting with you. I'll see you guys later.
Movie Madness Entertainment.
Welcome, everyone. Hi, Grace. I tweeted this at you, girl. Why? That's weird. I don't want to call you girl. Grace. We got to talk, Grace. All right, let me see what Michelle is saying. I need your email, hon. I have a gift for you because you're my friend and I love you. Okay, thanks, Michelle. I'll post my email in a bit in the chat. Thank you. This is real. I'm the movie talk memer. I'm the mad reactor. I got to do this. I have to call this out across the board. I have to be consistent. And Grace is going overboard on the white women in the entertainment industry. Really. There's lots of proof of it. And I was watching. I wasn't going to, the YouTube saying I wasn't going to make this video. Well, I wasn't. I was watching her review of Rings of Power because I was hype. And she goes full hating like Jessica Chastain on the new actress for Galadriel. And I can't take it. Now, as of now, I am not blocked. And I'm not saying you're going to block me, Grace, for criticizing you. But I sent this video and I might DM you later. I'm still a fan, but there's something going on there. This isn't clickbait, RJ. If you can pop in for a little bit so you can react live with me. I won't make you talk much if you pop in, RJ. All right, so let me get to my email too. Hold on, Michelle. I appreciate the sentiment. Hold on here. George is here. Hey, George.
What's up, Max?
Yeah, this isn't just clickbait. I feel like there's something weird going on with Grace and other cis white women in the industry. She goes super hard on them for some reason. Here is my email, Michelle. If you would like to, if you do want to message me, I'll check it later. Thank you so much. Hey, RJ, hope you're feeling better. I won't make you talk much, but you have to.
No, it's not good.
Okay. Now, we've reacted to Grace before, and we've seen other instances. For all of a sudden, she'll go super hard on an actress in a project, like for some reason. I know Jessica Chastain, and there's other times we've been watching, like, what the hell are you talking about? Was it like was it She-Hulk or what was it? What was some other?
No, she went pretty hard at She-Hulk a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, she's also going hard at She-Hulk. What was the other one? There was another one. She was another actress. She's like really jumped the shark on the criticism for another one, you know? And there's some consistency there. I'm not going to just throw out claims without a track record here. It's always mostly cis white women that she goes the hardest at.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, diversity and stuff, and I'm good. I'm like that too. I want diversity, all that. Applaud away.
I remember
when
he was complaining about Miss Marvel too.
Yes, Miss Marvel. That's another one.
He's
well,
like,
that's not a white.
No, the show didn't do well because it was too focused on this and that.
Yeah. So be a little bit gentler to the other ladies out in the industry, Grace. I don't know what I'm not a woman. I don't want to mansplain here, but come on. I was really upset when I saw this earlier because I was just watching as a fan, getting ready to watch Rings of Power tomorrow. We're gonna set up a watch party for me and Aaron and anyone else that wants to join us tomorrow at 9 p.m. We're actually gonna start at 8. We're gonna have some fun tomorrow. So I was generally excited and want to watch one of my favorite movie talk pundits review it. And then the goddamn same shit over and over again. And you'll have to experience it. We're going to react together, just so you know.
I feel like Grace this year has just been more cranky than usual. Like, first of all, she has yet to mention Jessica Chastain ever since Jessica Chastain won her award. And then like that tweet she sent like towards Snyder fans like weeks or months ago where she was like very nasty.
Even though me and RJ know how you could get upset with Snyder fans when you got a lot coming at you, that's different.
She was one of the people that was given hope at first, and like she just like came across as very like cranky. Like she's been pretty cranky this year. I feel like.
Remember when Grace was tweeting that Zack Snyder was in line to direct Wonder Woman 3?
Yeah.
Well, here's some context. We've played this before. And is this a joke? Yes. But there's also, Grace, please be nicer. Honestly, like someone in the chat said, what is she joining Geeks Again? It felt, if it wasn't her talking, the part where she talks about Galadriel in this review, it feels exactly like a Nerdrotic or Geeks Gamers video.
She was going hard against Eternals last year.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand it. So we're going to play this for context. Now, she's never gone as hard as anyone except for Jessica Chastain. And I don't understand it because Jessica Chastain is amazing. I haven't seen anything. I haven't heard of anyone else in the industry having an issue with her. Have you, RJ, George?
No.
As I could think of.
No.
I mean, she's very politically active, but like other than that, like I've never really heard anyone complain about her as a person.
You know what? We have 25 people watching and only 7 likes. Do you guys know, not to shame you, but do you know how YouTube works? The content only gets promoted if you hit that like button. Come on, everyone. We have enough viewers on this channel. We don't have enough likes. So come on, everyone. So here's the context.
Doesn't have a lot of other friends in Hollywood.
Oh wait.
Jessica Chastain doesn't have a lot of other friends in Hollywood or with moviegoers. Black Adam will be going up against Hawkman. You know, the DC Hawk that doesn't have as many fans as Hawk Girl. The role that even I admit Jessica Chastain was born to play.
Oh.
She's naturally angry, in a bad mood, and has the red hair. I honestly feel she would kill it in that role.
This is a
There are
different
rumors
guy.
that she's as unlikable in person in Hollywood as she is on the big screen as she comes across. But that said, she did a good job as a villain. I think it lines up with her actual person.
Let's actually diagnose this though, George and RJ, because she says unlikable in person. A lot of her criticisms are women being unlikable on screen. And is it? I don't want to say
a
is this
hardcore feminist.
I don't want to say is this projection or anything, because a lot of people seem to. I like Grace Randolph, but a lot of people that have issues with her actually say she's kind of unlikable. To be fair, I don't think that. That's not me. That's not my opinion. But she's got this real issue with women being unlikable.
This is what happens when you're a hardcore feminist. You end up really hating on other women for not being the perfect embodiment of what women need to be on screen, right?
Right.
There's so much about, they need to be portrayed this way, or that way. If they're not portrayed this way, that means they're horrible.
Okay, fair point. And we don't want to come off too harsh on Grace either, even though some of my viewers wouldn't mind. Right, George? We don't want to come off too harsh, but it's getting weird. It's getting weird about every review I've been watching. If there's a main character that's a woman,
I mean,
instantly she takes up the criticism to another level. That's unfair, I think.
Yeah. I mean, like Grace, like I have no issue with Grace, but it's like when it comes to like certain things, she doubles down very hard. Like remember the Pedro Pascal stuff, and then like when like she didn't like the Suicide Squad, but a lot of people did. She took issue with that. Same thing with like Morbius this year. She liked it, a lot of people didn't. She took issue with that, and like she likes to double down. And like I get it, people like to be right. They like to hold on to their opinion, but Grace, she's very stubborn about her opinion.
I love difference of opinions, but I think it's getting unreasonable and completely biased at this point. I don't think it's organic.
I think she's secretly in love with her.
What?
I think she's secretly in love with her.
No, it's just the depictions of women. She is overly harsh on it. She is.
She's in love. I really do.
Hey, Aaron.
Aaron.
I gotta put this a little louder.
All right, so let's watch the rest of this. Is context, everyone, and this is a huge issue in movie talk right now. And she's one of the bigs. She's one of the most influential movie talk pundits, right? Definitely the most influential female movie pundit, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
of course.
We don't need all the toxic man babies going after our actresses in entertainment, and then not to have an ally with one of our big female movie pundits going this harsh, because it honestly felt like I was watching the same shit. Yeah, she is influential. I disagree with you there, Tony. She is influential. All right, let's get the context, then we'll react to the review.
Personality. She was the only one who couldn't sit properly on her stool and was just awkwardly leaning against.
Yeah.
She's in a skirt. What do you want her to show? You want her to flash the audience?
Everyone else is wearing pants. She's the only one with a skirt on.
Grace does. What's her to flash the audience?
No, if she was sitting like that in a short skirt, which is, women should be able to wear short skirts if they want to. It's their prerogative. She looks great there. I can completely understand why she's not doing that. Can you? Anyone else have
tight? It looks tight on her. Like it would look uncomfortable sitting.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, like it looks like it would be very uncomfortable to sit in.
We'll never know.
Well, how could you not understand that? She can't even sit right. What the
God?
Grace,
What?
have you wore skirts before? Like, really?
This is like weird.
Against it. Now, I'm sympathetic, of course, to the women's fashion versus men fashion.
Okay.
All of us women have to go through it. But it's not like this was a surprise that they were going to sit on stools.
What?
Lauren had the exact same setup last year. Sophia Lillis is like the antithesis of Jessica Chastain. She comes across as warm and kind and doesn't have a huge ego. A lot of people don't like Jessica Chastain. Just take a look at her box office number. Something that people in Hollywood should consider when considering casting her. But she had a supporting role in Interstellar, right? She managed not to derail that, although it was one of Christopher Nolan, significantly underperformed from Inception. So you guys seem to be pretty split down the middle as to how you feel about Jessica Chastain. And you know what?
This is a
I think
different
she's going to convert
supercut than
more
I
of
saw
you
before.
every day to drag her
You know,
side.
it's so bad that there's lots of videos about Grace against Jessica Chastain. There's not just one. So I watched a different one. This has different footage than before. There's even more footage than you need for a compilation. So let's finish this. I haven't seen this one before.
Herself. I'm convinced that she's going to make this she's going to be a huge wet blanket over this whole proceeding.
Oh my God.
As evidenced by her reaction to this latest casting news. So you can see her tweet here about James McAvoy, and she called him a stalker.
It was a
Hashtag
joke.
Stalker.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
funny, Chastain. Go come to think of it, Jessica Chastain was shut out of actress.
You're the one that
So
tweeted
why don't I
Sophie's
like
Choice
Jessica
last night.
Chastain? Well, I think she's an extremist. She's extremely political. For instance,
What? This is projection now. I told you I didn't see this clip before. What do you think of this, RJ, Aaron, and George?
Wait, so she's complaining that someone's too political,
Yes!
but like she
And
super political
unlikable.
as well.
She's just pure hatred.
And
for
I don't
Jessica.
think I think Grace is very likable. I love her voice. I know people have issues with her voice. I think she does great movie math. I think she gets great points. But come on.
She gets political herself, Grace.
No,
on
I
Twitter.
know. This is exactly why people have issues with her. This is where they say the left eats itself. Honestly.
Again, I think Grace is in love.
This is where the left eats itself. Support each other. Grace, support women. Respect women.
Or she wants to be Jessica Chastain, but she can't be.
Be careful. You're her super follower. I don't want you to get blocked.
No,
I
I'm
thought
not.
I was
no,
gonna get
not
blocked
anymore.
last night.
I stopped.
Oh, really?
I got something that, yeah.
Oh. What is there? I don't even know what it does. I honestly don't know. Okay. All right.
she was at Cannes as one of the jury members, and Will Smith was overshadowing everyone. And instead of Jessica Chastain being like, maybe I should be more fun and pleasant like Will Smith, she decided to be like, oh, I know how to get attention. The way women are depicted in movies clearly sucks based on the slate here at Cannes.
That's what you do. This is what she does. This is exactly what you do in the Rings of Power review. Oh my God.
Talk about clips that don't age well.
I know. I didn't watch this compilation ahead of time. This is exactly what she does.
Well.
Kavari, RJ is his own man. People need to get off RJ's back. He thinks for himself. I think RJ has stepped it up and been doing amazing these last few months and is doing better, more nuanced discussions than ever. So all this internet thing, you can't be on one side. It's not one side or the other.
I don't.
Great. RJ is ready to criticize Sil Nation whenever they slip up. He's not looking for it though. He will criticize them when I have no doubt in my mind if they do something wrong or toxic, that RJ will say, "Hey, that's not cool." No doubt in my mind. I'm just saying, not mine at least.
And she had like a really bad sour look on her face. She wasn't even inspiring in her complaints. So that's kind of like Jessica Chastain in a nutshell. And some people like to say, they're like, what did Jessica Chastain ever do to you? She didn't do anything to me. I'm not Jessica Chastain. I just have a problem, as I said, that I feel like she's never met a bandwagon she didn't want to jump on. And also, I mean, I think it's funny that lately she's been doing some tweets, and you guys will tweet her or retweet it to me and be like, Grace Randolph was right. And I'm like, so I don't do it as much anymore because, I've made my point. And I also feel at this point, it makes the point makes itself.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Who
Wait,
made
what's-
this video?
What's this one? Oh, 6 minutes.
Oh no no.
No. 6 minutes. All right, no, we're not watching that one.
Who made
let's
that video?
I don't know. I gotta watch that one later. There's also a Twitter handle that's out of context, Grace Randolph, that I gotta get some clips for. Because I am a super fan. I want to get that for Campia too, if there's one that exists for Campia.
Who's Capia hate? Like who's Capia's Jessica Chastain?
Grace Randolph.
Yo, didn't Grace Randolph say like Campia was simping for Marvel when Campia was one of the few to actually Batman versus Superman, the theatrical version, not
Grace
the Ultimate
Randolph
Edition?
is the only one that John the Camper actually named out. Everyone else doesn't really name names. Yeah, and Andy Signore, but he went more after Grace. All right, let's watch.
Well, Andy never saw a bridge he didn't want to burn, so
yeah, that's true.
Andy's
so
the only
we got 38 people watching and only 15 likes. What is wrong? Come on, everyone, help the madness. Help for more. I'm the movie talk memer. I'm the mad reactor, and we have movie talk as well. We call out everyone consistently. That's what we do here. We don't play team sports. We have fun with movie talk. And this is significant. Oh, Brian is here. Hey, Brian.
Consistently.
Consistently, yes. Like even my pal Brian, I called out Brian last night.
We had fun though, right?
Yeah. So, Brian, why does Grace Randolph hate white cis women?
I don't know.
Caden.
Hello.
We have a whole panel of men calling out one woman. This might. Are we gonna get?
I didn't come to call out a woman. I was trying to see what she had to say about Game of Thrones.
Oh, this is about Rings of Power.
Oh, sorry, Rings of Power.
Wait, what?
Well, she talks about Game of Thrones first. You'll see. It's actually
No, I'm in Kavari's comment here. What is this about?
I missed out on something.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I haven't heard about that.
Okay. All right, let's watch the review.
Game of Thrones
God
is
damn.
for adults.
That hits
That's
you hard.
even an understatement, really. I mean, it's got sex, gore, violence, and now
Understatement.
House of the
She
Dragon.
starts with what?
Lots of incest and discussions of pedophilia. I can't even believe I watched that show. I watched that show. I love it.
Oh my
What
god.
is this a Geeks and Gamers video? Is this right?
No. I mean, it's not. It's,
No.
She uses some expert memes in this video too. Look at the memes she's like. No, she's not wrong. I mean, me and Brian were cringing a little bit, and Aaron during the watch party's like, what's going on here?
That
You know.
that one that one part of the episode, yeah, that's pretty
I got pretty squeamish there.
uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
Goose from the show and its hardcore fans from the books that it's based on are like, it's historically accurate to medieval times, thank you. But I think the real truth is that the show is just so darn good that it gets away with it. I mean, but it's like The Godfather level good. It's such a good show. But I will say
it wouldn't get away with the actual
audience.
that.
I know a number of people who I'm like, man, Game of Thrones and now House of the Dragon is so good. You should get on that bandwagon. And they're like, you know what? It's just too much for me. So maybe you might want to consider watching the G-rated version with the Rings of Power. That's right.
This is how she's promoting it right now.
The volume is fine.
so it's
The volume
the
is fine.
G-rated-
It's just her voice.
It's
Oh,
just
come
the
on, Aaron.
G-rated version of House of Dragons, so it's really PG. Like if we're like House of Dragons like kind of rated R, and if it's if Rings of Power is the G version of an R-rated thing, would that mean it's like I don't know.
What Kate are you waking?
What?
Okay. I don't know, Kate. I don't know where you're going with that, Kate.
I mean,
I don't know
drank
where
a
she's
lot
going with
last
this
night.
G rating thing.
She's saying that it's like Kitty compared to Game of Thrones. That's what she's trying to say.
Of course, it's Lord of the Rings.
I mean,
Like it's not sophisticated enough and it's not adult enough.
Yeah.
Like it
Which
feels
is
like it's for little kids.
I mean, that's fair. I can't wait to see the first 2 episodes so I could give my review as well. But let's family viewing Lord of the Rings. Okay.
I'd say it was kind of implied.
G-rated.
Yeah.
Maybe PG, and I've only seen the first 2 episodes, so maybe it'll even get PG-13 at some point. But yeah, right now I would say this is the G-rated Game of Thrones / House of the Dragon. And for all the ratings for HBO's hit, 10 million people watch it every Sunday, and that number doubles.
Now here is a preview of how hard she goes. You're not far off, Demir, of the way Grace goes in this review. I was like, what? Why do we really hate you, Hans?
Because it's Lord of the Rings topic and you didn't bring him on, probably.
You could come on. Are you at work?
Or it's because it's Grace.
We're gonna have lots of Rings of Power talk this week, Hans.
It's
I'm
tomorrow,
I'm calling out Grace on your behalf. Actually, my behalf. Forget work. Get on here, Hans. I'm just kidding. I'm sending you a link just in case. But no, we're going to be talking about Rings of Power all week. I can't wait. Who's here going to watch the premiere?
Yeah, we're going to do a watch party, right?
When's the premiere?
Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. We're starting at 8. Movie talk ahead of time. Me and Aaron. Hopefully, Brian. I don't know if you'll be available or.
Oh, I'm off tomorrow, so
awesome.
I'm actually setting up for.
It's only the first 2 episodes are only premiering this week. Everything is back to Friday starting next week.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying, Brian? You're off and then setting up what?
I'm setting up for tonight. I got 10 forward episode.
Oh, that's
25.
Right. Yes.
Rocking hard tonight at 7:00.
Oh man,
awesome. Well, Hans, I'll watch it with you again. We'll watch it with you maybe Friday night or something again. We'll do another one. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, go support 10 forward, and let's watch family.
The end of the week. But there are close to 8 billion people on this planet. Although I wonder how many people pirate Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. But still, that leaves a number
watching
of
it
people
backstage in the StreamYard.
Hey, what are you stop? Brian, don't reveal the back. Oh my God.
What?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, did I technically pirate them?
Oh, come on, shush.
I'm feeling guilty, Max. What'd you do to me here?
No, you didn't, because it's still being paid for. I mean,
don't talk about Aaron. What is wrong with these guys? You don't reveal shop out on air, live on air. I don't know what they're talking about. Go get some, wake up, go get some caffeine or something. I don't know what you
got a super chat.
Blue Jay 4.99. Thank you, Blue Jay. I'm surprised people still watch Grace. Don't know about y'all, but she seems quite boring and no, I don't think she's boring and uninteresting. I think she's very interesting. I just think
definitely not boring.
I think she needs to take a chill pill on
the
these
voice.
ladies in the industry. I love her voice.
It draws you in. It's like a siren.
Like a combination of Dory from Nemo and Pinocchio from Shrek.
Like the women on the top of the fire truck.
I love everything about Grace. I just think she should cool it a little bit on the lady hate.
She's a live action cartoon character in my opinion.
I think she would be I actually think she should be cast in the Fantastic Four as Invisible Woman.
She's a better heel than Bailey.
Oh my God.
All right.
Don't or can't watch Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. So I think that could be a real sweet spot for this show. Because those people want to get their medieval fantasy on as well.
Yet.
I actually think that this show has the most potential.
I did tweet this
with
Saturday.
Families who are looking for shows to watch together that aren't obvious family or child entertainment. Interestingly, Only Murders in the Building, I think, really succeeded because of that with its first season, but fascinatingly became much more adult in its second season. And I wonder if maybe that's why its ratings haven't been quite as strong for season 2. It's really interesting. It's really interesting because I think that
number one for the past couple weeks, actually.
She said not as strong as season 1, though.
But Brandon Katz, who follows it more than her, posted.
Well, I haven't seen it. I want to see it because
it's like
of the
number
cast.
one for the past couple weeks. It's been number one streaming show.
Hasn't been as talked about though as the first season. Though I think it's the thing. It doesn't feel like
Well,
it's
there's a
that
difference
big.
between ratings and rankings and talks. Ratings and
Yeah.
rankings show it's been as good as the last season. Talking about
Well,
it,
I'm just saying the
not.
conversation has been the same. I guess is the point.
Well, then, yeah.
You could
Yeah, that's what
join
I'm
it.
saying.
You
Like,
could
the
join us
talking
in
about it is not.
spirit, Hans, and we'll keep you muted or something. All right, let's continue here. You got to hear this because I'm extremely. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm extremely disappointed that these Lord of the Rings of Power cast have to get it on all ends on the internet and then have, Grace be unreasonable as well. She sounds like a goddamn NPC of what they do. The same type of talking points. I'm like, really? Now, I haven't seen it yet. Maybe she's actually being correct. I'll have to wait and see. But from 2 episodes, she's going to say this. Unbelievable.
Maybe she's
The family
secretly,
viewing
part of them.
What's that, Aaron?
She's secretly part of them. Her true colors are coming out.
No, that's why I got so upset. I'm like, I'm listening to your review, which I respect, and you actually get a review. You actually see the product. And then I got to hear the same goddamn stupid ass talking points.
Mm-hmm.
Is she trying out for an interview on Friday Night Tights?
No, I mean, from what she says, we'll have to wait from the first 2 episodes if it's accurate. But if she is being hyperbolic bullshit of what she says about Galadriel's character, and there's nothing there, I'm going to call her out. I'm going to keep account, Grace. I'm going to keep you accountable for your words. Not to throw this hate.
Accountability over entertainment.
Accountability over entertainment. Over my super fan status of Beyond the Trailer.
Aspect really helped Only Murders, and then they kind of just like threw that away, which I think again was a strength for that show. But yeah, so this is kind of like, I don't know. I feel almost a little like Harry Potter, although I think Harry Potter is better. And I say Harry Potter in that not only is it fantasy and, lavish world building, but if you aren't that familiar with the source material, it kind of feels the same. You're like, I like being in this world, but I really don't know what's going on.
Harry Potter's like
That's a
super
lot how I
easy to
felt
follow. What
while
the
I
hell
was
is
watching
Yeah, Lord of the Rings
Harry
is
Potter's
huge.
like really easy to follow.
It's
like
young adult.
Yeah, like
Harry Potter's meant for kids.
Does she have a hard time
It's more
watching?
family oriented.
Yeah, it's meant for kids. It's like I know Lord of the Rings is not like
Good
Game of
wizard,
Thrones.
wizards. What's so
Yeah,
hard about
Harry Potter is really meant for younger kids than even younger than the Lord of the Rings fans. Kids.
All right, let's see here.
Like
We have a
the
long
teenagers
review.
and then
partially on this show.
We have a long review to get through, so we
as
got to
well.
get to the good stuff.
So I've seen the first 2 episodes of The Rings of Power, which debut this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Prime Video. They're dropping them early for the debut, but then after that, there are 8 episodes total, so 6 more after this, and it'll go week to week, dropping usually at midnight Eastern Standard Time on Fridays. I can't see anyone being like, stop everything, watch Rings of Power. But I can see someone being like, I got nothing to watch. Oh, yeah, Rings of Power is on. Let's go turn that on. Unless, again, you're a family. All right, now, by far and away, the Rings of Power has made the most headlines for its insane budget. The Sandman cost $15 million per episode. House of the Dragon is $20 million per episode.
Let me see what Hans says here. So
that's true. Hans
are
is
you
right.
doing this while you're driving?
Yeah.
Wow. Galadriel is one of Tolkien's strongest characters who learned from all the Valar already before the show even started. Just to give you context to Galadriel.
Yeah, she's over 1,000 years old. So
and she's one of the characters that we should be looking forward to the most, right?
Yeah.
So
if
they say she should
give
marry
you like
Sue,
a sort of like a story like update on the characters, like how Star Wars starts and all that stuff. I believe that's how the first episode starts. With like a big flashback sequence.
Yes, if they say she should marry Sue, then they have no idea what Galadriel is. Like,
just wait till see what she says. Not only does she say that, she says something else too.
Well, she doesn't know Lord of the Rings, then the lore.
Well, that's why I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Stranger Things season 4, $30 million per episode, and The Rings of Power, $60 million per episode. Oh my god!
Yeah, it was like half of.
And the first 2 episodes are absolutely stunning, but for that kind of
Amazon,
money,
they can afford
not
it.
to have a single extended action sequence in the first 2 episodes, in my opinion, is nuts. I'm like, where's the action sequence? And they're like, look at that tree, Grace. You can see every single leaf. And I'm like, I don't care. Can we have a fight?
I
the first two episodes.
I thought that was a funny take.
They're setup episodes like Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
does.
No. Yeah. I do agree that I would like to see some action, but I'm not going to complain. I don't care about the beautiful trees. Let me see some. That was pretty funny, you know.
Grace is sniffing too
let's,
much glue.
Let's be in this world before we get
Exactly.
like some big action sequence. You know, let's at least like learn that there was a big action sequence in the beginning of the first episode.
Yes.
It's a big flashback
There's-
thing, and then you get, and then it's like, okay, and now 1,000 years later, this is where we are.
There's a rumor. There's a rumor in this this show that they're gonna brief synopsis on the biggest war in Lord of the Rings history.
Well, don't give any spoilers. Yeah.
And in age 1, it's just a rumor. I don't know. It's 100% true. It's
Yeah,
just a
okay.
rumor.
It's
All
just
right, well, let's get more. We got to get to the juicy spot here.
So anyway, I would say on that note, first 2 episodes, it's really one of those screensaver shows. Each scene is stunning, but also very generic. And we just have too many locations and too many characters to really get to know any of them. It's like a flyby. You're like, oh yeah, there goes Rings of Power. Oh, that was pretty. All those other shows, by the way, that I just mentioned in terms of budgets, they're all better than the first 2 episodes of the Rings of Power. I mean, I'm clarifying the first 2 episodes.
I mean, I think that's fair criticism, but I got to wait and see. Because those were all... House of Dragons was amazing the first 2 episodes. Stranger Things season 4 was really good. And I haven't seen The Sandman, but I've only heard amazing things. So I don't think she's being out of line there.
Think you can really compare Stranger Things season 4, really. Like,
well, you can compare this to... I think that's
really,
fair with the budgets.
Well,
you should be able to feel a very good quality show if the budget is basically double that of all these other ones.
Has credibility behind it, while this is 3 new properties that were just now introduced to the looks of them as well.
She's just saying per episode the budget twice as much as everything else. It should be quality.
Like I said,
right off the bat.
Stranger Things season 4 had time to build up to the quality it is.
The story.
While Sandman and House of Dragon and Rings of Power have to already be that quality.
Mm-hmm.
While Stranger Things was able to build up to that, like that's not
okay.
You shouldn't be comparing. Even House of Dragon, really. Also, you shouldn't really be comparing since it's.
Does anyone else have a problem with this? What Grace is saying here, Brian? I think that's fair to say with the amount of money that's being spent here, you should feel it right away. I think that's a fair criticism there. Brian?
Yeah, it's fair.
No, because she doesn't understand Rings of Power, Lord of the Rings. They build up.
Again, also.
Well, she's saying it feels more generic. The first 2 episodes, not enough story. I think I got to be fair with her too. That's fair criticism for the amount of money. I think this is a pivotal time in entertainment history. There's never been a show that spent this much money per episode, and you should be able to get the quality right away with that type of budget.
Well, also the thing is that I've seen other people talk about it, and they say the first scene they feel the quality, and like again, I think there must be something else that she doesn't like about this that's making her
it's
whole
Galadriel.
thing. Yeah.
Okay, let's continue. I want to hear what she says with Galadriel.
Maybe this thing will really amp it up and get PG-13 and have a big fight like in episode 6 or 7 or something. That's one of the reasons I'm going to keep watching it. I'm like, that money
That's
has
what she
to
says in the first 2 episodes.
Oh no,
well, that makes sense. That makes sense though.
No, it really does not.
Yes, it does. Trust me.
No, bro. I'm actually to the point now where I'm kind of getting sick of these shows taking forever to get to the point.
Right.
Like,
okay.
We're gonna get 6 episodes, but the first 4 episodes are just gonna be like, oh, we're gonna reenact Randolph from Clerks 2, where he's explaining the Lord of the Rings trilogy to the kid who's over the moon about Lord of the Rings, where he just like, it's just dudes walking in the woods, and then they just kind of like takes the ring off at the end, drops it in the fire, then turns around, shrugs his shoulders, turns around, and walks away. I'm like, yeah, pretty much sums it up.
I want to see action too, but I'm not. It's as long as the story's good, I'll be okay with it. But I want some good epic action as well.
I think with this one, the Rings of Power, especially since it's like so far away from what like the current what we know about the Hobbit and the actual Lord of the Rings timeline, and also like I think there needs to be at least an hour or 2 of setup
Let me tell you the
of, like,
biggest.
us
The
getting to
biggest.
know
Yeah, let me
who
tell you the
this, like,
biggest.
stuff.
Hans will back me up. The biggest fight in the Second Age is when they took on Sauron, and that's
Yeah.
yeah. And there's not a lot of there's fights in the Second Age, but they're not major wars like that.
No.
Yeah.
Like, that's another thing. Like, you going into that, you have to know,
Yeah.
like, exactly what you're expecting.
No,
Also,
Hans, we
like,
respect all opinions
I
here.
mean,
he's just giving the opinion as a viewer what's he's interested in. He doesn't
I
say.
just thought Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
was boring. That's why I'm just not a big fan of it.
but also,
I'm sorry.
I think with
But to get the general audience and to get people want that.
Consider me the general audience.
H-Bar.
No,
Lord of Wrath is not the
I'm
Second
not
Age
saying
show.
that, Brian. I'm saying to get past
Lord of the
your
Wrath,
fan
like,
group.
third
you
age?
reach
Oh,
out.
No,
yeah.
Lord of Wrath is the end of the first
No, I
age.
gotcha.
That's the first.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the end
the
of the-
You have to
before
have
the
certain
second
beats that draws
Yeah.
people in right away. Sometimes if you
Isn't
you know
that
the
also-
first impressions
that's-
is the best.
That's when
you
they
only
defeat
get
the
one
first Dark
chance to make a
Lord,
first
Caden.
impression.
Yes.
Sauron's
That's what I'm
master.
trying to.
The
trying to
pilot
say.
episodes to do this right at the beginning. The pilot episodes have to. You only get one chance for first impression. You might
Yeah,
not get.
you got to make
might
it
not-
sizzle. Like
yes,
a pop.
exactly. Right.
Like we had that with House of Dragons. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never watched it before. You can consider me a normie and general audience. When it comes to Lord of the Rings, dude, swear, I haven't watched it in 10 years.
Trust me, Warriors
At
and
least.
Lord of-
At
we
least.
understand. We understand that you have to do building, world building, and all these characters and explain the angle. But in
Lord of-
frame the series in a pilot episode. That's why the pilot episode is so important, though. You have
Star
to
Trek
pull
is
people
boring
in
too,
right at the
common
beginning.
ramen.
Yeah,
No, I'm just.
I will defend Brian's take because as much as I love Lord of the Rings, I know it's not for everyone. I tried getting my mom into it because she enjoyed the Hobbit films. She didn't care for Fellowship of the Ring all that much. She enjoyed the Hobbit movies, but Fellowship just didn't do it for her. So, you know, some people just have preferences, and just because the majority of us love the Lord of the Rings doesn't mean everyone will.
Well, Nicholas says some interesting thing here. This 2 episodes is 25, a quarter of this first season. I want some action suspense, not only set up for expectations. That's fair. And you know what? They have chance with the backstory because I think
I know-
even in the first 2 episodes. Oh, sorry, Aaron. We'll get to you in a second.
I know for a fact. I know for a fact Sauron is in the first season, but he's not the main villain.
Okay. Well, I do know that they do a lot of backstory. I do know there's some scenes with backstory and
Yes.
some fighting in the backstory. So put more action in that then to get those beats and to pull people in. Yeah, House of Dragons.
If they mention War of the Wrath and they show some clips from War of the Wrath, because War of the Wrath is considered the biggest war in Lord of the Rings history, and that involved like dragons, orcs,
quick clips,
gods, like everybody.
So there's ways you could do it. All right, let's get back here.
Come into play somewhere with a fight. On that note, one of the chief complaints about the ad campaign for the Rings of Power has been that we have no idea, even after multiple trailers, who the lead characters are and who the lead villain or villains are. And I got to tell you, after 2 episodes, I still can't tell you. It's also nuts. Besides
Sauron's
that
always
having
gonna
a
be the
big
main
action
villain
sequence,
That's I have to say now when I'm going to criticize her.
Based off of the trailers, I can tell
It's not
that
Sauron.
Galadriel is like the main character.
Yeah, but
Like-
she said villain. For this type of story, you have
Well,
to have
she says she doesn't know who the main hero or the villain is, but you do know who the main hero is.
Well, we know who the main villain is. He's just not going to be the main villain for a long time.
Yeah,
like he's in
that
it.
too.
Yeah.
Like
Hans is saying Tolkien's work isn't about glorifying war. No one's
Yeah.
saying that, but it has to get just like
Sorry, H-Barch, we're not going to see that because that's first age
just
stuff.
continue to compare it to Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones isn't all about war; it's a lot of politics.
But Game
it
of Thrones is
still
about
had-
to build up to war, isn't it?
And it didn't have that much action in it. Actually, the second episode didn't even have them fighting.
Lord of the Rings, there will be politics.
No
in this-
spoilers, right, Brian? But it was intense and it worked though.
If
How they did it, it made it work.
There will
Yeah.
be backstabbing in in the Rings of Power. If they do Numenor, there will be betrayal in there. I could guarantee it.
So it's just the way it's filmed. There's ways to do suspense without even showing action. It can be more suspenseful.
Well, you might
to
see
hold
when
back.
you might see when a Numenor person who becomes a king turn to madness.
But with a lot of these fictional stories and sci-fi, fantasy, hero stories. It is really, that's another way to draw you in, is to know who your villain is right away. Doesn't have to happen all the time, but I can understand if you're two episodes in, you
but
don't
you can't
know
do that with. I know you can't do that with Sauron though.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Because
you
Sauron,
can't.
because Sauron's a deceiver, man. He likes to trick around, play around, manipulate.
Taunts.
Yeah.
But I think I have to be fair to her where she's being fair, and then where she jumps the shark, that's where I'm going to call her out.
Why is there no hook at the end of episode 2? You know how it's going to be watched. You know that's going to be the end of the first Rings of Power experience. Why is there no OMG moment where I thought for sure Sauron was going to show up? God damn it, he didn't. Okay. But yeah, from a business structural perspective, I can't believe how that they didn't have a stronger end on the first 2 episodes. I really feel a lot of people are going to be like, that's it, huh? But I guess it kind of works because you're like, there must be something else. I must keep watching. It's just right now, I feel a lot of teases. There are moments during the first 2 episodes, though, where it does start to gel and come together and have momentum. And you're like, there might be something here. There's a big elf project that's clearly not going to go the way they think it is. And even I, who barely remembers the movies, was like, I get what's going on here. I know what you're referencing. I can tell what that's a sketch of. But I mean, it would have helped, I think, if the movie rights and the streaming rights for Lord of the Rings weren't separate, because this show can't reference the movies here at all. I mean, if they could show cuts from the movies, I think more people would be like, oh yeah.
They're not allowed.
I mean,
honestly.
I think for casuals like myself, being able to reference the movies would really benefit this show in terms of anchoring it in a past shared experience and also helping to follow the mythology. And then I liked some of the characters quite a bit. Markella Kavanaugh and Megan Richards are 2 Harfoots, aka hobbits. They're hobbits. They kept calling them Harfoots, and I was like, are those hobbits? So I had to pause the show and Google it because I just couldn't stand it anymore. Yeah, they're hobbits. I think they spent a lot of money, by the way, with size differentiation with the characters, which is kind of cool. But I do wonder how much of the budget that ate up. They come across, though, as a female version of Sam and Frodo.
Yeah.
Like the Harfoots is like the first generation of hobbits.
They're more like Smeagol and his brother. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's fantastic. Some people are going to complain about it, but I loved it. I thought it was so great because they're also endearing and charismatic like Sam and Frodo. But I think what's so wonderful is to not only do a gender twist on that, but also you don't see a lot of female friendships depicted really in any entertainment still to this day, but especially not in big blockbusters where they typically only have one female character. So to see these 2 female friends, I thought was just really nice. And they were, they were people you'd want to be friends with. I was like, they're awesome. And the Rings of Power has its own Legolas, aka Hot Elf, and Ishmael Cruz Cordova, who brings necessary yet still chaste heat to this show as he's fallen in love with a human woman, a love that's clearly going to be an excruciatingly slow burn. So slow. All right, these characters long for adventure, though, are grounded and flawed, so it makes them relatable, but they're also inquisitive and want to broaden their horizons. If only we spent more time with them. These are my favorite characters. I also thought that Owain Arthur does a nice job as a dwarven prince in injecting some energy into the show with his bluster, and his wife, played by Sophia Nomvet, is equally full of personality and passion, although their scenes were a bit generic story-wise. I was like, I've seen the story so many times, typical royal kind of storyline. But they brought energy to the show. As for characters that I didn't like, well, there's really only one character, actually. And that's that while during the movies, I was like, no question, I would be an elf. Team Elf. Here the elves are super boring. Like, wow, so boring.
Elves always been
the
boring.
lack of action is one of the things that hurts the elves.
I know Hans is going to go crazy with this now.
I like how she picks the blonde one because she's also blonde.
Because elves don't show emotion.
Rooted in being very straightforward and nothing
they're
else.
They're like Vulcans almost.
They don't show emotion. Yeah, they don't show emotion.
You know what I mean, Brian? Like, not exactly, but they're not as emotional. They're more calculated and
I mean, other than pointed ears, I would agree. Or that's where I think the similarities lie. I don't think Legolas was kind of like that. They still had they still had passion though.
Yeah,
they just don't show emotion.
Yeah. Well, as much as a human would, but it's I wouldn't compare them to the Vulcans, but Either way, I got you.
I wonder what
I hear
Grace
what you're
thinks
saying.
of Star Trek.
I
They
don't
were
care.
the elves would thrive during the action sequences in the movies. You were like, oh,
Were
look
the
at that.
Vulcans based off elves from Tolkien? Uh-oh.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe.
copyright.
Could be.
Things get inspired by each other, you know?
Yeah.
20 years.
That's sweet
Hashtag
elf
Batman
action.
gate.
Morphin Clark was so happy to get the big role of Galadriel. In fact, she said she fainted when she found out. So I feel bad that I have to report that she's the worst casting choice of the show and drags the entire thing down. She makes Galadriel both an elven Mary Sue and an elven Karen who would like to speak to the manager.
What? Did you hear that? Yes.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know anything about.
I
her.
mean, you could basically be watching Geeks and Gamers or Nerdrotic with this.
Oh my god!
Elf Mary Sue and a Karen that wants to talk to the manager.
Was she just think of this? Galadriel was just born like 20 years. 20 years.
I love listening to
20
you guys
years?
melt down over Grace. It's so fun.
But she doesn't. I just
I'm
want to come
pissed
here-
off now.
I just want to tweet Grace. Do you know how old Galadriel is?
Look at Zeno. He's laughing.
Yeah,
Well, I
I'm
mean,
laughing.
I didn't need to go to beyond the trailer to hear this bullshit.
Oh
I mean,
my
she
god!
she went harder than Jeremy.
Oh my god! That's
Oh,
not no James. It's not her opinion.
Trying to
Because
find
she
out
doesn't.
Jeremy
You know
Mary
why?
Sue.
Sue. She's
You know
the
why?
Her
worst.
opinion is flawed because of ignorance.
Because she doesn't know Galadriel.
Yeah.
Well, let's rewind that again. I was like, when I was working, okay, and I was like, okay, Grace is being a little critical on this, and then when she said this, the worst character, when Galadriel is one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most. Hans got here. Hey, Hans.
Hans Ripper. Ripper.
I don't know if it's gonna echo. I just want to say because I can't type it all. In this show, Galadriel's at the point where she's already very old. Maybe she's kind of young for an elf, but she's old still. And the gods of the world, I don't think there's like up to 9. She learned from every single one of them, and became a master at each of the crafts. So when Grace says she's like a Mary Sue, it's kind of true, but at the same time, she did put the work in to get to the point where she's at with how strong she is and everything she's able to do. So it's anyone.
Yeah, how could she be Mary?
She did learn.
Arch Mystical said there were action scenes. Grace lied. How can she be a Mary Sue if there's no action?
That's true.
Oh yeah. How does she know she's a Mary Sue if they're to see?
I wonder.
Oh my god.
What if I tweet Grace and tell her? Does she know the history, the lore of Galadriel? Would she
block
block me?
No,
Maybe.
she said she's a normie already. So it's like
Okay.
trying to.
Then don't declare Mary Sue then. If she
I
doesn't-
mean,
don't love the
I'm so sick
character.
of this. I don't
Yeah.
need to hear this from Grace. Grace, we don't need to hear. We hear this bullshit on YouTube all the time, unless you're using it in its intended use and you have facts to back it up. And I guess we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait the jury's out.
I think after this review, we should watch a real fan review of this show.
Hans, you should make a video.
I'll make a
Massive-
YouTube video just for you, Caden.
Well, I looked up Nerd of the Rings did a review, and I hear it's a good review. So
Nerd of the Rings is a good. That's a good YouTube channel.
All right,
Yeah.
let's watch more of this here.
To get the big role of Galadriel. In fact, she said she fainted when she found out. So I feel bad that I have to report that she is the worst casting choice of the show and drags the entire thing down.
What?
She makes Galadriel both an elven Mary Sue and an elven Karen who would like to speak to the manager. I can't believe it. I can't believe she's
Do you know how
both of those
respected she
horrible
is?
things.
Huh?
When she says she wants to speak to the manager, do you know how respected Galadriel is among the elves? Hans, you could back me up on that, right?
No.
What?
How respected Galadriel is among the elves?
She must. I mean, the way she's presenting this, she must be the most annoying character ever. If in 2 episodes in she goes that hard at her,
Yeah, Mary
how the hell could there be enough in this first 2 episodes to call her?
but there's no action.
A Mary,
She's a
an
Mary
elf,
Sue.
Mary Sue, and Karen that needs to talk to the manager in
What?
2 episodes.
What they'll say is at this point in her life too, she wants her own realm to rule over. is a huge if you want your own realm, you want power, right? What do you have to do for power? You have to lead and fight. So everything that they're doing with her character does make sense because she wants one reason she goes to Middle Earth is to create her own realm, which we see in the Lord of the Ring movies. She created all that, but she clearly wants some kind of power, and you have to keep that in mind with her character.
Yeah.
She does seek power.
She's mad that Jeff Bezos didn't give a good word for her.
All right. Well, I didn't finish that. I don't know if we want to watch past that. I was like, what the hell?
Wait, what is? I want to see what all the other things are too.
All
Like,
right.
She talks about LGBT elves, script directing. Like, what is that?
Yeah, no, she's fine on that. She's fine on the LGBT.
But I want to see what she says about it.
Robert Aramayo plays not just an ambitious elf climbing the political hierarchy, but her clearly gay BFF, which makes for a very relatable dynamic, I felt. And their friendship is like the one thing that softens Galadriel. Because if you're like, if this nice, smart guy can stand her, then there must be something that the rest of us aren't seeing.
Hans, is this before she becomes the son-in-law? Is it?
What?
Is this before Elrond becomes the son-in-law of Galadriel?
I don't know. It could be. It could be.
All right. Well, we have to get through this now. Now that we got to the.
However, interestingly, and tragically, there are no LGBT characters in all of the Lord of the Rings because J.R.R. Tolkien was a devout Roman Catholic. But the people making this show, I think, did not get that or chose. Well, obviously, they know what they're adapting, but I think they're trying to fly in the face of that as much as possible. I think there's a lot of subtext here, particularly with a number of the male elves.
Now everyone else is saying it's
Lee
great.
Pace did a wonderful, captivating job in the Lord of the Rings movies.
I'll tell you, Grace has been hitting a lot of things lately.
Whether J.R.R. Tolkien likes it or not, I think that's become a clear element of the elves in particular in this world. And I hope, and I'm curious to see if they go a little further with it as the show progresses. I mean, you can cut the sexual tension in multiple elf male scenes with a knife. You know what it reminded me of? It was like watching Rope, where, that's one of the first LGBT movies ever made by a major studio. And the reason Hitchcock was able to get away with it is he didn't tell the studio what he was doing. Or even, I think, Jimmy Stewart. When you watch that movie, you're like, I don't think Jimmy Stewart gets the subtext of this movie. But it's very clear, and the actors clearly know what they're doing, and Hitchcock clearly knows what kind of story he's telling. And it's fascinating. That's a fascinating watershed moment in Hollywood history. But to be still watching a closeted storyline in 2022, I mean, it's just simply ridiculous. You're like, those characters are LGBT. Let's explore it and have, they're great characters. Let's do this. Back to Clark, while her performance is definitely part of the problem, she gives Galadriel absolutely no nuance. Galadriel has one mode, and it's annoying. But anyway, the writing also, I think, really lets her down. One example that I just couldn't believe, I was like, with the way that, considering you want to have a broad audience, the fact that this scene is in this show is incredible to me. So she's slight spoiler. It's like in the first episode. It happens so quickly. But I just want to tell you what you're dealing with. She single-handedly takes out a snow troll who attacks her all-male elf platoon. And all the guys just stand there and watch.
Oh, come on!
Wait, I thought there was no action.
She just said there's no... Yeah!
Did she watch the first 2 episodes?
All the male elves all the gay male elves stand there and watch. That's what she was saying earlier, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Is she trying out for Geeks and Gamers?
If she wants to get to that 1 million subs, I don't know.
I mean, she's been hating a lot of stuff lately.
Well, you know what it is when you're getting the views on YouTube. You have to go more hyperbolic and more extreme to get those extra engagement. I honestly think she doesn't even realize she's doing. All right. Yeah. I actually think she's caught by the algorithm. She's got the algorithm disease where I have to go hard or I have to say some really crazy shit to get to that next level of YouTube. And that's honestly that's the way YouTube is. You're not going to reach those next levels unless you do something else. And she's probably got all kinds of comments on this review. Like, what are you talking about? Because people don't like me. Look at the thumbs up on this very video. If you ask for thumbs up or anything, you're not going to get the engagement. Not necessarily all the time, but if you get someone to get them pissed off or emotional or happy or sad, that's going to get the engagement. People are part of the problem. But that's why I think she's been going more extreme lately. She wants to get past that million.
Her facial expressions every time you pause her videos are always hilarious.
Yeah. Well, she's very animated. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She's a live action cartoon character.
I'm goddamn mad. We only got 26 thumbs up on this goddamn video.
And we have 75 people.
I'm gonna get crazy. Come on.
I always liked the video before that.
76 viewers and only 25 likes. What is wrong?
Should be a prerequisite.
Right, I gotta head out, guys. Thanks for letting me come on and bitch a little bit.
We're gonna have you bitching all week. Pawns.
Every negative review I hear just makes me more excited for the show.
Oh, we're gonna have a party.
I wish you could join us tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later, though. I'll be listening still.
All right.
All right. Later.
Yeah,
I'm subbed to Grace. Yes, yes.
This is what I think Grace is doing. She's sniffing too much glue, and she's going crazy because of it.
Oh.
Listen, I retweeted her last night with her Sophie's Choice tweet saying, "Don't sniff glue, kids." I'm surprised she hasn't blocked me yet. Don't sniff glue.
Oh, her Sophie's Choice tweet was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, she clearly doesn't know what Sophie's Choice is.
No.
I'm like, why aren't you guys a well-oiled machine that she happens to be the leader of? I mean, it was just incredible. It was just shocking and ridiculous. They just all stood there and she's like, "Don't worry, boys, I'll handle this snow troll." And you're like, what? Why don't you tell them like maneuver A or maneuver B? And then her entire platoon deserts her right after that. And I was like, I totally see where they're coming from. And the such problems go beyond even Galadriel. Maybe she'd be a more sympathetic character if we spent more time with her. Centuries go by, not just in minutes, but in a narrated montage. You're like, really? That was a cool shot. But is that all there is? We see sweeping, epic shots of the kingdoms of the elves, dwarves, Harfoots, and man. But we don't really get a closer look. Nor
That
do
would
we
be
get
amazing.
Oh, if Jessica Chastain was cast, that would be hilarious.
She would have to acknowledge Jessica Chastain again because she hasn't acknowledged her in a while.
I hope Jessica Chastain gets like a big role in Marvel DC or some big epic sci-fi series.
Play Hawkgirl.
A Hawkgirl, yeah.
get to know any of the characters who live there beyond the broadest of strokes. It was really frustrating. I was like, can we spend some time here? And they're like, nope, on to the next place. I really admired J.A. Bayona's work. And when the end credits would come up, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I love that guy. You know, but it's shocking. You would think that the first two episodes don't even have a director, because you would think that said director would say, hey, we need to focus this story. There's no viewpoint. There's no viewpoint. It's just a grab bag. So I think you can tell from most of my criticisms that I'm personally not interested in a G or PG medieval fantasy, especially when I have such a good really pushing the edge of the envelope on an R rating, but when I have such a good one to keep me entertained. Also, this one is G or PG by omission, not just of adult elements, but it forgets to fill in those blanks with new rating appropriate elements. It's almost like someone just censored Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, and it feels disjointed like that. You're like, there seems to be huge chunks missing. I mean, it's not that the story isn't good enough. It seems that there is no real story.
Well, there is a potential issue that's not even isolated to Grace here. Her Galadriel commentary was absolutely ridiculous in this review, and I stand by that. But this debuting, and I said before, after Game of Thrones, House of Dragons is going to be hurt it, because you have what some of us consider the pinnacle of this genre right now, debuting before it. So it's going to have an even harder uphill battle, because I wish it would have got to debut first and then House of Dragons later if it's not as good. But man, is it going to get compared like crazy now, you know? So that's That's also fair. I mean, if this is boring, I know, like my pal Brian, if it doesn't grab you right away, and no shame on you, Brian, you might not stick with it. I feel, or I don't even know if you're interested in watching it anymore because of this. If it doesn't grab you, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, like I said, it kind of depends. I mean, if the mood hits me right, I don't know, man. Like, I kind of try to treat it on an individual level. I'm not, especially with all this discourse in her video. I'd just like to see it for myself at this point. Like,
okay,
you know, to where I can give it good, bad, or indifferent, to where, you know, people aren't saying I hate everything or, you know, otherwise.
Yeah,
you know?
But I mean, it's not even isolated to Grace. That's for the jet to get past the fans and to have mass appeal, because this has to reach more than the fans. This has to break outside the bubble with this budget, you know, to substantiate that huge budget, right? You know, and it's gonna get. It has to. It's like the opening band coming out after the.
I mean,
after
we also have to realize that a lot of the budget goes to location and the actors.
Yeah,
and
so they went. So the
crew.
budget. So they went to Australia for the first season, but I believe the second season is actually filming right now in England.
Well, they filmed it all in England.
No, I'm pretty sure wasn't the first season in Australia.
They were going to film in Australia, but I was the studio's stages that they were going to film at, and like were like taken over by other studios.
Oh, Marvel.
So Marvel.
The other thing we're going to do after this review is just look at Rotten Tomatoes real quick to see the ratings.
Oh yeah, I got something else. If you're a wrestling fan, I'm doing a preview for the pay-per-view coming up Saturday, Clash of the Castle, on that in about 15 to 20 minutes.
You know, I was looking at some old GameCube games to put on my Wii U wrestling, and everyone says Day of Reckoning.
I know what wrestling game you would like.
Oh,
the AEW, the wrestling game. You know what game you would like? The AEW game is coming out. Because it's like the 64 wrestling game.
But Aaron, I'm in old school mode. Have any of you ever played Day of Reckoning on GameCube?
Yes.
I heard it's really good.
And SmackDown.
But the AEW game is the AEW game is like old school. The same kind of gameplay from the No Mercy, Revenge, Day of Reckoning, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Well, I think that's what I'm going to put on my Wii U soon, the next few days. All right, let's.
Which is incredible to me. They would spend $60 million per episode and forget a story. Wow.
Now that's the other thing. Do we know for sure that it was per episode or on a whole, and they're just dividing it by the number of episodes? Because there could have been some that were like 100, 120 million.
I imagine that's what
for
they're
battle
doing.
Sequences. They're just taking the average. We don't know how epic it's going to get, right?
No, there's probably episodes where it's nowhere near that much, but no. After hearing this, I'm like, it kind of. I don't know. I hope people get. Well, no, I hope people get behind it, because like, if you're gonna this show is gonna get compared to House of Dragons.
$million per episode. So
if it doesn't catch fire right away, you cannot have a mediocre season with this.
This show will get swept into mediocrity real damn quick. So it's like people need to get behind this show.
Right. There's already this huge divide between critics and finger quote fans, because of certain, hate stream media that promotes hating on things, is what I call them. So that's already there. But so far, most of Access Media has been loving it. But it's got to reach. It's got to reach the general public. It's got to go past oral fandoms and all the movie pundits and grab people. And from what she's saying, I hope she's wrong. But if she's right, I'll admit it. I'll be like, you know what? She was right about these first 2 episodes. I don't want that to be true, but
again, as I said, I think I'll keep watching to see if anything happens. If the story picks up, and because the visuals are so stunning. And I really want to see Sauron. That's really why I'm going to stick around. I want to see Sauron. I thought I would have gotten a more solid Sauron tease at the end of the first 2 episodes to hook everybody. I'm like, what? I really don't believe that week to week will be more of a chore for genre fans than appointment television. Again, you're going to be like, I better catch up on this. And some of you might be like, well, maybe I'll wait to binge it. I think you might lose your mind binging this show because it's so bland. I think it's best in week-to-week segments, to be honest with you. And again, I'm curious to see if families are like, hey, at least we have something for us to watch together. We'll see. All right, so that's my non-spoiler review of The Rings of Power, the first 2 episodes. Again, debuting on Prime Video this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It might be a really good matinee, actually, come to think of it. There's a big holiday weekend in the United States.
Maybe she's no. I don't want to suggest that. I'm doing the whole against access media thing. Maybe she's salty because she only got to put her review up today, a day before, and usually they let them put up like a week in advance. I don't know.
Well, she seems salty lately. Like she just seems salty in general lately.
Yeah, she's been like in the mood lately.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Like, did Jessica Chastain's win like affect her that much?
Oh, I think she pissed off a lot of people, whether real or imagined. And people have gone at her lately. So I imagine it's not been fun to be Grace Randolph lately.
No, that's possible, Zeno. We'll have to wait and see. But she is also one of the only ones in Access Media saying it's not good. Everyone else is loving it. Most of them, 83%. That's pretty good. Let's see here what we could get here. No, all credits. What?
That's weird.
Did it just rate? I just saw 83%. All of a sudden, it's gone.
Perry Nemiroff's the only one there. The first 2 episodes of Rings of Power have loads of work to do, introducing so many key places and players, but most do manage to make an impression, especially Nazanin, but Bronwyn, and Markella Nori. Oh, how could she be the only one posting? What? That's weird.
Because nobody has to deal with
Perry Nemiroff is everywhere.
I know.
I like Perry, but come on, there's some really weird stuff because Perry Nemiroff, when I do go to the movie theater, she is in the movie theater, intro stuff. What the hell?
What?
Is
she the Collider?
She was the only ones that survived the Collider.
Yeah,
she still interviews celebrities, and she is connected. Man, how is she the only one that's allowed to have a review up right now? It links to her video, and there's the score. There's only one.
That's interesting.
Look at that. The audience, of course, isn't allowed to. That's so weird.
You think this is going to get review bombed?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's good, if it's still good, it's gonna level out a little bit, But
yeah, because usually that's initial.
Yeah, initial. It's gonna eventually, especially towards the end of the season. What the hell? I have to search that again. I'm gonna do a video on that. That is really weird. Let me Google, see if it just because I heard it came up already.
Let me check on my
say if Aaron, see if yours is having the same problem.
Okay.
Nope. I just got Perry. That's it. All right, and then we're going to end the show. Anyone else have anything to suggest? This was supposed to be just a quick reaction. Well, I mean, Zeno, you're not wrong. That does make it more suspicious.
I got 85%.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And let's see
but that might just be based on her review. 4 out of 5 is 85, isn't it? Yeah. 4 out of 5 may calculate to.
I don't even have her on my browser.
You go to instead of all critics, go to top critics.
Yeah, I'm on top critics, the middle one, right? And nothing there. She's not even there.
I got 87% on mine, Rotten Tomatoes.
Something's odd. Something's not
now
right.
It's disappeared.
Yeah, something's not right.
They heard you talking about it, dude.
It's going on.
It says there's 79 critic ratings.
There's something weird there because hers shouldn't be available. That means she's got access first to put it up there. I wasn't supposed to see that. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I don't see anything. Now.
That is weird. It disappeared on air.
Yeah. I got nothing too, man. I'm like,
I have the proof. I have a scandal.
Wait, first it was 85%,
Scandal.
now it's at 87%.
Exposed.
Kaden, when was the embargo lifted?
What do they
Today
want? Not
at
want us
7
to
a.m.
know.
Well, really? Then it should be up
No,
here,
there's
shouldn't
some
it?
there's some weird
10 a.m.
shenanigans.
EST,
I have the video
7 a.m.
proof.
Shouldn't there-
PST.
There should be
They
reviews,
don't-
right? Up here then, but
Yeah.
And it clinked. And I know it worked because it also, when I said the full
Okay,
review,
now hold on.
now
Let me-
it clicked to her.
I see it still. So
Harry Nemroff, there's some shenanigans going on with you, girl. And
like,
this
we'll
is
go
this
to my
is the show that
screen.
I'm subscribed.
Go to my screen.
Okay, where?
So like, I see 79 people rated it. So then I'm scrolling down. There she is right here. And then click on that. Nothing.
Do you think it's a bug?
There's
a glitch?
Yeah, that's
Like-
how mine was looking just now. Like
Yeah.
just like that.
How come she gets access first to everything? I'm sorry. I don't want to be conspiratorial, but this is bullshit.
We're gonna go after
Maybe
her,
she
Kelsey.
has something on these studios that no one else does.
No, Collider is linked to a link to a lot of these things. What's
Yeah.
the guy that pissed off everyone when he fired everyone?
I remember that doucher.
Oh yeah, I remember like in early 2000, right? Like right after the New Year.
I can't.
No, this was like a couple years ago, bro.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Perry's the only one to survive that. Yeah.
Yeah. And she gets to interview everyone. Wow. All right. There's something weird there. That's all I'm saying.
yeah.
All I'm saying is what the hell is going on with Rotten Tomatoes, Perry Nemiroff, and Collider. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, do y'all see?
Here's a Geeks and Gamers theory. They're buying positive reviews.
Oh my god.
What the hell is
What
that?
the heck?
What the hell?
It was Aaron. I muted you, Aaron.
Okay.
Okay.
I was on that was my phone. Sorry.
What's your
Oh damn, that's annoying. I'd be like, oh, what the hell? Who's calling me?
No, it's just a notification, and I put my
Oh.
phone on the table.
But I know it because I did click full review and it went to her video. She doesn't even have to do a written review. She just links her
You don't
video.
have to do a written review. You can do a written review. You can do a video or whatever.
Max,
there's
there's some YouTubers that are Rotten Tomato certified, like Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns, Sean
Rose
Chandler.
Grace. Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't need written reviews.
Max buys reviews. No, he doesn't.
Oh well. Congrats, Rhea just made 700 subs.
Congrats, Rhea.
If you haven't already, she's gonna get to 1,000 before the end of the year.
I'm almost at 1,000 Twitter followers, even though I'm taking a break from Twitter right now.
Look there. Go sub to her if you haven't already.
Unless Rhea is like being like Collider and Rotten Tomatoes and buying good reviews. I mean,
Good job, Ray. You're gonna get there before the end of the year. I know it. Okay. Oh, what was I gonna ask? Oh, when does Jurassic World Dominion come out on Peacock? Because I have Peacock and I bought
Isn't
the
it like
Blu-ray
September 21st?
and Amazon lost it. Don't say the 21st. Because I
Hold
thought
on.
it was around like the 2nd of September.
okay, hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, do the research for me, please.
Google it.
September
How hard?
2nd. Yeah, September 2nd.
Okay, God. I was just trying. It is September 2nd. Okay.
Yes.
And then I might I'm gonna watch it with my wife, and then I might do a watch party for that too. Unless it's really bad.
And then we'll do a watch party anyways.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna watch a lot of stuff lately because Hans wants to see Rings of Power, and then he's not able to make the watch party, and we gotta watch it with Hans. Well, I wanted. If I have Peacock, I don't want to buy it, and I did buy it, and then Amazon lost it. I don't know if they refunded my money yet. Okay, September 2nd. Thanks for watching, everyone. This was an interesting stream. What's this, Aaron? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me show everyone here. And my favorite part of wrestling is the games. And I really like The Young Rock. That's one of my favorite shows. I just thumbs it up. Go check out Aaron's WWE Clash of the Titans September 3rd, 2022 preview and predictions stream. And you're going live now. Aaron. Hello? What the heck is he doing?
He might be getting his stream ready.
No, there's somebody in the back. Somebody in the background was talking, so I muted. Okay, so So this is the first pay per view on Saturday, but also Sunday. There's 2 other pay per views. Another WWE pay per view, Worlds Collide, which is 4 p.m. Eastern, and then there's All Out. That's AEW at 8. But I might not do the All Out one because of Game of Thrones. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do that one. I have it set up, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do the All Out one.
Brian, have you ever got interested in wrestling again, or are you more like old school?
I like the older stuff, looking at the history behind it.
Yeah.
More of the, what goes on that greases the wheels kind of thing.
Brian.
I could care less about the actual product.
No, WWE is good right now. It's very good.
Well, I don't like Triple H. I really don't.
Oh, really?
But Triple H knows how to win. Knows how to win it though. Better than Vince.
I know, man. I just haven't. It's been a while, and I don't. No offense or anything. I don't see myself getting into it anytime soon.
That one segment on Raw with Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle. Wow. All right. So yeah, go check it out, guys, if you want.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
You guys, if you want to be on the stream, you're allowed to be on the stream, right? It's in the Team MMA StreamYard anyway.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to take a nap, honestly, Aaron, and I wouldn't have much to offer to the conversation. Although I'm open to getting. I was checking out AEW vids on YouTube, and that seemed more interesting to me. More out, more crazy.
I'm gonna watch a few episodes.
AEW is a
Game
little
of
bit more.
Thrones.
AEW is more creative. Yes.
Oh, what's that? What's that, Brian?
I was gonna watch Game of Thrones.
Max, are you doing a show tonight?
The original Game of Thrones or the new one?
I'm watching the original Game of Thrones.
Wow!
I'm into the second season. I was talking about it last night, man.
I don't know what time I don't know. I missed some of it. Honestly, can I be real? I was being there for support, but I was trying to not be emotional about the Snyder Cut shouldn't have come out. I was like, just stay calm, Max. I was thinking of myself. So I missed that.
Just for everybody. Just for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm solo.
Did I say anything? Go watch that stream yesterday.
No.
To anyone in the chat who's called me a hater or anything like that, was I a hater yesterday in that damn stream?
No.
Okay. I didn't say anything bad about it. And I said why I kind of regret things. And it just, maybe it was the Ann Sarnoff article. But I'm just saying, yes, I do regret a lot of things because of the fun that we had leading up to it. And I feel like that there was that was a point that, really split us on our separate ways.
The No Way Home scene is already on YouTube. Wow.
What?
No. I mean, I consciously have to check my emotions when talking about certain subjects. So I try to do that. And I missed that you said you're watching Game of Thrones.
Oh, I even said it when I came on your stream too. I was talking about it.
I'm sorry. I missed that. Sometimes I miss things. But that's cool. That's cool. How do you like it so far?
I got really drunk last night. So far so good. I haven't stopped watching it, so that's a good thing. Like with the boys, I kind of just burned out after 4 episodes. I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, the seasons get actually Game of Thrones, the original series, each season gets better and better.
Yeah. So I'm in the early parts of the second season.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, thanks everyone. We'll see you later. I am going to be definitely check out 10 Forward tonight.
Heck yeah.
Brian. And then after that, I'm going to be live with Enosh where he unboxes Hot Toy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's getting a Hot Toy?
What time is that going down?
10 p.m.
Awesome.
Your time?
Yeah.
Are you
okay?
both channels?
I have to change my time.
Both channels or just Enosh's
Just
channel?
Enosh's channel.
I have to go in early because I'm on.
I'll
Enosh's channel.
check it out for sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brian. I didn't mean to.
It's okay.
I'll be in the chat.
Yeah, it's when it was done out of friendship. It was when I was spending money crazily, honestly. So it was paid for years ago. But it's still cool that that museum that Enosh has of awesome toys and stuff, and then this is something that he hasn't had yet. And I was like, and I honestly was interested in getting myself, but I don't have the room, or if I get one, I'll want another one. The way my OCD is. So I'm just like, appreciate it from afar. Something that, is amazing for our friendship. But I honestly wouldn't do that type of thing again right now.
I still remember that time Enosh was on your channel for the first time 2 years ago and showing his toy collection off.
Yeah.
And I was like, that actually encouraged me to start buying toys again because I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah. I have to be careful when he shows all this stuff because I got to stop buying stuff.
Like, I'm not going crazy about it. I'm selectively picking what I really, really want. But I was like, damn, look at all these fabulous toys.
Yeah. I bought that. I also bought a mother box that was bullshit. I went a little crazy during the Snyder Cut. Remember, Brian?
I bought Darkseid for $55.
Yeah, Darkseid was expensive.
I was so disappointed with that mother box dinner bullshit. I was trying to get my wife excited about the premiere.
Oh my god!
And for myself too. And she's like, "This was horrible."
Wait, what do you mean, Caden? Shush! I didn't say anything until now.
Well, shush now. It was a preemptive shush.
Wow.
Shush.
No.